Good morning, everybody. We have an ASL interpreter today. You can also utilize the captions function. And Judith, if you need anything from us, just send it in the chat box and I'll make sure you're all set. Thank you.
Excellent. Good morning. Welcome everyone to the 2021 New York Council on Problem Gambling Annual Conference. We are honored to be joined today by almost 600 individuals, professionals, advocates, individuals in recovery and family members from across the country. And we have a couple days of fantastic educational Sorry about that technical difficulty. We have just a couple days of fantastic educational sessions lined up for everyone and some networking opportunities as well that we hope that you'll take advantage of and use that opportunity to meet with your regional teams, learn more, connect with each other, and just enjoy the next couple of days with us. We're looking forward to spending the time with you as well. A huge thank you to our dedicated staff who work tirelessly all year long to get this conference put together and somehow year after year make it just a little bit better. Additions for us this year are new credentials, as well as you can see the ASL interpreter, along with just some fantastic speakers that are lined up for the next couple days. So thank you to our staff. Of course, thank you to the New York Council on Problem Gambling Board of Directors, as well as the New York State Office of Addictions Services and Supports for their ongoing support of the council and of course, this conference year after year. The conference theme this year, People, Passion, and Purpose, the Pathway to Success, really is more than a conference theme. It is the way that we all approach our work, yourselves included, and how we connect to each other over, helping others. So I'd like to just take a minute to show a brief video that highlights this, and our staff will kind of be sharing for you how this all comes together for us. So I'm going to just share my screen. TV, just click screen, and then open the video. And then maximize that window so that they only see that window. There you go. And then
this year's theme of people, purpose, and passion, I think it's so relatable in the climate that we're in right now. People are looking for that human connection. People are looking for opportunities, whether it be in person or via virtually, for that connection. And I think people, purpose, and passion does that.
The purpose of us living and the purpose of us being here is to support one another in whatever way that it is possible. Working with the New York Council on Problem Gambling, it allows me to use my passion of helping people and supporting people through problem gambling.
The most important thing is to speak for those that can't speak. And I think here at the council, we do a really good job at that in never forgetting what our mission is and who we represent.
Once I started answering calls and hearing from folks who were finally deciding to reach out, that's what really ignited my passion for working with individuals with gambling problems and advocating for treatment and recovery services.
Our goal is to make sure that everybody's successful.
If they call, we are going to help them. We are going to do everything we possibly can to get the services that they need and the help that they need.
We have this network of people now who can help and who really want to help. They, when we get people that call in need, I know that they're in good hands.
And I think they really help in alleviating the fear that comes with just picking up the phone and calling a phone number. You don't know who you're going to get on the other end. And the good news is that you're going to get one of us. It's a small team of very dedicated people that really care. We really care.
Our message really is that you're not alone and that we're here to help.
When we see families can restore trust back again after, somebody was negatively impacted.
If you have even just a slight knowledge of the warning signs of problem gambling, you can help somebody. You can give them hope and you can help them.
We've had whole family systems come in for help, and it's great. There is something just so extremely rewarding seeing an entire family working together to get to a healthier place.
Why not be able to do what I love every single day by supporting people?
We're going to do more. We're going to ask the state of New York, we're going to ask legislators, we're going to ask the people of New York to provide additional resources to help more and more people.
We're the group that has the passion to do that and really bring it to fruition. And we need all the support we can get.
Make this a movement. Make the raising of problem gambling in the state of New York and help for folks in the state a movement.
So I think our staff did a fantastic job of sharing, what our passion is and why we're coming together to address this important issue. So at the council, Jim would say we do just two things. We raise awareness of problem gambling and we advocate for services for those in need. And this year we have a big job ahead of us with mobile sports betting coming online. We're going to need all the help that we can get. We are, I'm excited to share that beginning this coming Monday, we will be launching a multifaceted public awareness campaign to address the importance of everyone's involvement in creating a safer environment for New Yorkers as it relates to gaming and gambling. The People Purpose Passion campaign encourages individuals and family members to reach out for help, and it encourages professionals and advocates to show their support for problem gambling prevention, treatment, and recovery services. So after this conference, stay tuned. You will be receiving the press release Monday morning for the campaign launch. But I really am hoping that the 500 plus people on this conference will be the first to visit the campaign website at strongerthanyouthinkny.org. That's strongerthanyouthinkny.org. And I hope that you'll be the first to share your stories and the first to download the partner seal of support and proudly display it wherever you can, your email footer, your website. We need the collective support of you all right now to create change in the coming environment that we're going to be in related to gambling expansion. So with that being said, it's a perfect lead into our first speaker today, who not only through his story exemplifies really what we do here and the why of what we do here at the council, but he has a tremendous passion for helping those who are struggling with problem gambling. And it's my pleasure to introduce Scott Meyer. Scott is going to get spotlight here in just a minute. I'm going to get him up here on the screen so y'all can see him. There we are. Good morning, Scott. So Scott is a dedicated husband and father of 5, an accountant by trade. He has spent the majority of his professional career assisting business owners with their accounting, tax, financial advisory, and business development needs. He is a respected community member and has been a youth sports coach for over 30 years. Scott recently satisfied the training requirements to become a certified recovery peer advocate. He's a peer coach and a person in recovery. So it's my pleasure to introduce Scott Meyer. Scott?
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Jim, for giving me the opportunity to join you this morning to kick off this year's conference. I am grateful to be here with you today, and I'm grateful to be here every day. I'm a person in recovery for a severe gambling problem that stripped me of my confidence, dignity, respect, will to live, financial stability, professional licenses, but most importantly, my freedom. This insidious disease, problem gambling, not only engulfs an individual, but it also casts a web of destruction extending to family members, friends, employers, communities, societies, states, and governments. I am grateful to be here because there were many moments while in the throes of my gambling addiction that I did not believe that I would be able to continue to live. After serving 2 years in a New York State prison without any gambling addiction treatment, I was lucky enough to be approved for a work release program. Upon entering that program, I was told by New York State docs that I would have to prepare my own and implement a wellness treatment plan for my addiction to gambling in order to participate in the program. So what did I do? And I see the anticipation on everybody's faces right now. I called an incredible person, a confidant, a mentor, an individual I was fortunate enough to have by my side and by my family's side, Mr. Steve Block, who many of you know. At that point, I was introduced to the Center of Excellence in Queens, which was the first resource center established by the New York Council of Problem Gambling. Here is where I was introduced to New York Council of Problem Gambling and what they do. They produce and disseminate information leading to increased recognition, prevention, and treatment of problem gambling. They conduct and publicly support research activities to establish and document areas of need. They provide training tools to healthcare and other professionals for the purpose of assessing and treating persons with gambling-related problems. They foster expanded and improved services for residents adversely affected by gambling. They assist the industry and business leaders in developing customer and employee-based programs or problem gambling awareness programs. And they conduct workshops and, of course, this conference. But most important to me and my family was to connect me with the services I needed to enhance, strengthen, and sustain my recovery and be in a position of speaking to you all today. I am grateful to the council, its staff, board of directors, and clinicians. The clinical treatment that I received through this organization has provided me with the tools I needed to help fix the personality defects that morphed with this problem gambling. It allowed me, it helped me, it guided me through the struggles that we endure. It gave me the courage, mental strength, knowledge, will, and determination to be better than who I was when gambling took over. It helped me forgive myself for the destruction I caused and strengthen my recovery capital, internally and externally, which provides me with the foundation one needs to rebuild. As it directly relates to treatment, the council offers an array of services geared to strengthen individuals impacted by problem gambling. And that includes the individual's families, as you saw in the video. Through the now seven regionally located problem gambling resource centers throughout New York State, you can get direct connection to a participant-centric treatment. GA, Gam-anon, enough informational material to educate the entire state. An online self-screening tool that allows a personal assessment and resulting in applicable connections. Participation in clinical treatment at no cost to the participant. Participation in various groups led by certified clinicians. And participation with a certified recovery peer advocate. I am not a paid actor. I am a humble and grateful man whose life was destroyed because of this insidious disease, whose life was restored with the help of some of the most amazing people I have been fortunate enough to be put in contact with, the dedicated members of the New York Council. Today, my wife, Kim, who many of you know, and I will always introduce as the most beautiful and incredible person I know. And while she has some tough competition now that we have a granddaughter, I am now to hear all your congratulations, but you can put them in the chat. Kim and I, along with our 5 children, will stand together on a mountaintop if necessary and scream at the top of our lungs for more awareness, more acceptance, more treatment, and in order for that to all happen, more funding. I will end with this. I don't know if you can see it, but I'm wearing this shirt today purposely. Of course, it's the Superman emblem. To my 5 children, I was their Superman. Their Superman came in contact with his kryptonite, problem gambling. My children watched their Superman crumble to his knees, powerless. They also were able to watch their Superman rise to his feet, become stronger than they've ever seen before. So I will say to those in recovery, you have the strength, you have the power, and through the New York Council, you have the resources. I thank you very much for allowing me to speak today, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the conference.
Scott, thank you so much. I think if we could hear everybody, their volume on, we'd be hearing clapping all around. So thank you for that. I mean, really, your story is one that is so powerful, and your willingness to share it, I think, sheds a light on this disorder, which is oftentimes so hidden. And we all need to work towards reducing that stigma. So you being willing to do the work that you do and to share your story really goes a long way towards that goal. So I am excited to announce, if folks are not aware, that Scott will be working with us over the coming months as our first Problem Gambling Resource Center peer liaison. And so stay tuned for more on the development of the council's peer program as we take first steps into this pilot. It's exciting. So our next speaker, of course, needs no introduction for most of you, Jim Maney. Jim has been the leader of the New York Council on Problem Gambling for more than 21 years, and he's led the organization through an unprecedented amount of growth and change. And he's been working towards problem gambling system development since day one on the job. He is both a caring, supportive, and passionate leader, and I can't think of anybody better to kick the conference off. So, Jim.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you, Michelle. Appreciate those kind words. I don't know if I deserve them, but I think I appreciate them. And Scott, thank you for everything that you just shared. You said it perfectly. I've been around a long time in the field of problem gambling, for about 26 years now. I was there when the Seneca's open turning stone. I was there when the Oneida's open turning stone. I was there when the Seneca's opened the casinos in Niagara Falls. I was there when they opened the Akwesasne casinos. I was there when the VLT parlors were opened up, when Yonkers, Aqueduct, Monticello, Saratoga, Vernon Downs, Finger Lakes, and Hamburg were opened. I was around when Powerball took off, when Mega Millions took off. I was around when the 4 commercial casinos came into play. Resorts World Catskill, Rivers Schenectady, Del Lago, and Toga Downs. Been through that all, and a lot of the staff have been through that all. And we've seen what has happened as a result of that expansion. And we've come through it pretty well. But I will tell you this, for the first time that I'm worried and nervous and scared as a result of the new expansion into mobile sports betting. It is going to be the most unprecedented expansion of gambling that we've ever seen in the state of New York. The technology is too quick, too fast for everything. It's unlike where we've been. It's going to happen for everybody so fast. So I plead with us all today. We need to do something before it's too late. What we're going to find out over the next few months, when the licenses are given out, and the amount of advertisement that is going to be put out there regarding mobile sports betting is once again something we've never seen before. The technology use, the in-game betting, the ability to make it so quick and so fast, we're not equipped to handle. So I plead with you today for a few different things. As I advocate for my 7 minutes, that's all I have. That's all they're giving me is 7 minutes of advocacy, and I will take it. We at the council, we advocate for every one of you that's on here. We advocate for all New Yorkers. But I think who we're starting to advocate for the most, not really problem gamblers and their families, the 10-year-old boys, the 11-year-old boys that are going to be impacted by this before we know it. They're already impacted by the technology that is going on that we did not have when we were growing up. And they're also going to be impacted by the mobile sports betting. We need every one of us to stick together. We need every one of us to raise the awareness of problem gambling in the state of New York and to get help for folks that need it. We do not want another opioid crisis on our hands. And if we could go back 10 years ago, I know we would have made so many different changes in our state. We would have made changes about everything that we dealt with that caused that pandemic to occur. We cannot allow that to happen with problem gambling. Our state needs, each and every one of us needs, for our children and for our grandchildren that are going to grow up in an environment that we have no clue how the technology is going to impact us and how the sports betting is going to be so powerful, and the advertisement and the recruitment that we're going to see. Now, we don't take a stand for or against gambling. We really do not, but we really advocate for problem gamblers. And we even advocate for the folks that are coming up. We need additional resources to prevent this from occurring. We need prevention resources in all our communities. We need them like never needed before. We need to be able to treat. We need to be able to educate. We need to be able to do research on what's effective and efficient. And I plead with you for the third time that we need your help. We need your help and your support. We will be advocating for our lawmakers. We'll be advocating to the OASAS, to the Gaming Commission, to anybody that's going to listen to us, that we need additional resources to combat this. If we take a look at what's going on in the gambling field right now, the commercial casinos are having more success than they ever had before. In 2019, the New York State Lottery had the most $10.2 billion of revenues. The field of problem gambling is expanding as a result of how gambling expands. So if my final comment to us today will be, let us think about our families, our individuals, our communities, and our state. What can we do to prevent problem gambling? What can we do to prevent what occurs as a result of a gambling issue? And we have to start today. Each and every one of us has to start today. We do not have a large field in this. We need to develop a field of dedicated workers, supporters, to raise the awareness. This is one of the issues that we need all of us to work on. Each and every one of us. There is too much stigma still out there. The expansion of gambling is occurring, and this is the biggest expansion ever in the history of New York. Are we ready? So hopefully you'll join us, the council, and everybody else there, family members who've been devastated, in raising our voices and speaking for those that cannot speak, those that don't have a clue what's going on yet and what's going to happen to them. Be that voice. join me, join us, join the council in being that voice that raises the awareness of problem gambling in the state of New York. I will thank you right now for your support that you are going to give us, not only today, but in the future, because we're relying on that and we need it. So thank you.
Thank you, Jim. So just to reiterate, first steps, things that you can do, go visit the website, strongerthanyouthinkny.org. Share your story, get your seal to show your partnership and support for problem gambling services. And then the third thing, join us December 6th. We'll be sending out a Zoom invitation 12 to 1 p.m. that day to advocate for services and show our support, as well as give recommendations for how we move forward in New York State in addressing this important issue. And the more that people that we can have on that call to show their support, the better. So save the date and stay tuned again for more information to come.